Hi everyone, it's the Remembrancer here, and I have some really bad news about the channel. On December 18th, a week before Christmas Day, I received a notification in my emails that the Remembrancer channel has been demonetized. I had a look, my memberships were gone, and I was not making any more revenue from any of the videos I've ever published. The entire channel, though still remaining, though still accruing watch time and views, is now making zero money to help fund it. I contacted my YouTube partner manager and some other people, and within a few days they got back to me on the 23rd of December, 2 days before Christmas, saying, "The appeal has been rejected. We stand by our decision. We are not going to give you any money for the channel. You will have to reapply for monetization in 3 months' time." A few days later, I received some messages from people who work at Google, not specifically YouTube, who are going to try and add their own endorsement to my case and get things escalated to have this resolved. But unfortunately, today, on the 30th of December, I have received another email from one of the people involved saying, YouTube stands by their decision. I am now unable to reapply until March the 2nd for monetization again. It's been an incredibly stressful few weeks, especially with the timing just before Christmas. I've basically had to keep this under wraps from my family for a few days so that they weren't, it wasn't ruining their Christmas. And, it's been really tough to have to understand that, although I've had the revenue in from November, I might not make the money that I made halfway through December. It's a few £1,000s that might now never reach my bank account for January. And then I won't make money January, February, March. It won't be at minimum until April that the main channel will make money. And there is a colossal problem with trying to get the channel back on track. I have been marked as a inauthentic creator or making inauthentic content. The policies involved were updated back in July, but long story short, this is a means for YouTube intentionally trying to get rid of spam content, and I think also to flag low-effort AI stuff from overtaking the channel, and quite ironically, I've been hit by it. In the last few weeks, I've been Googling terms like, is the Remembrancer an AI channel? And one day it says, no, the Remembrancer isn't an AI channel, but he uses an AI voice, which I don't. Then I received another message saying, no, it's entirely AI, and it isn't. And then yesterday I searched and it says, no, the Remembrancer is a human channel, but he might use AI for his voice, but he might not. Even Google's own search engine doesn't know what's going on, and it's been incredibly disheartening that 4 years of work and over 630 videos in the span of 4 years with putting in 100-hour work weeks and working my arse off has resulted in me losing my main source of income. In this particularly difficult time for me, I would like to say there have been people who have come out to support me. I want to specifically mention the guys from Law Crimes who have said, until I'm whole again financially, I'm allowed to basically keep the revenue from Law Crimes to help me keep going to try and pay the bills and, pay tax and stuff. So I do have savings, but I think by the end of this debacle, I probably won't have any savings anymore. My emergency fund should cover this, but basically, I really don't know where to go from here. YouTube has told me that I should continue making content for my viewership in order to keep the channel strong, but they haven't told me specifically what videos they flagged, what specific reason why they think it is inauthentic content, and so I'm in a bit of a bind. If I put more content up right now, I could be feeding into their assumption that my content is inauthentic because they've not outlined specifically or even given me feedback beyond here are some vague policies which could apply to practically any YouTuber given enough leeway. I will not be standing idle during this time. I will be working on things. I have a new project in the works which will hopefully countermand some of this and counterbalance it. And I will still be doing stuff on Law Crimes and Lodgecast, which are the podcasts I run alongside Hal, Eli, and Colin. But suffice to say, this is a pretty nasty way to end the year, especially within the Christmas period. To quote the partner support message I got from someone called GL, which starts off very strangely by saying, "Hi, little Andy." No idea what that's about. I hope you're all doing well. I appreciate your patience while I escalated your case to our internal team. They have now completed a full review of your channel regarding the suspension from YouTube Partner Program. Getting the YouTube channel monetization turned off can be quite concerning. Any creator in the same situation would feel the same way. Let me help you check the appeal outcome. We received an update from our internal team. Allow me to share it with you. I can see that your reappeal has been processed by our team, a final decision has been reached, and unfortunately the reappeal was still denied. This means the original suspension will stand. I know this is incredibly disappointing, especially after waiting for the escalation result. I really wish I had better news to share with you. We have reviewed your channel and found that a significant portion of your channel is not in line with our YouTube Partner Program policies. As of today, your channel is not eligible to monetize and will not have access to monetization tools and features. Please go to your monetization page to read more about the specific policy our specialists flagged. This is not very helpful because when I go to the earn page, not only is there still an option to appeal, which seems to be maybe a mistake, but also the policies outlined are extremely vague. And also I would like to thank Astartes Anonymous for making their video talking about this, where they also went through these points, but I'm going to go through them here for you now. Content that exclusively features readings of other materials you did not originally create, like text from websites or news feeds. Obviously, I don't read stuff from websites or news feeds. I do have excerpts from Warhammer lore, but I make my own scripts, I write my own stuff, and this I don't think applies. Songs you did not originally create which have been modified to change the pitch or speed, but are otherwise identical to the original song. As far as I can tell, this policy is to prevent people from just re-uploading other people's music, but I'm not a music channel, and I don't do this anyway. Highly repetitive content with minimal variation across videos. This, I think, is the most likely policy that they are referring to, because my content is very mechanical in its delivery. I have been accused of being an AI multiple times. I just have a very to-the-point way of talking about the lore and silencing the breaths and making it my own. But I also snip out all the unnecessary fat from the information given to give you guys a expansive look across the Warhammer setting, talking about big characters and small characters alike as if they were the same, because I think there should be a spotlight on even the minutiae, even though it doesn't make as much money or views, and that's okay. Mass-produced or content using a similar template across multiple videos. This could also be what they have the problem with. I use the same, Aquila with the sparks on it for intros and outros, although in the policy it does state that intros and outros like this are okay. So I don't know exactly what the problem is, because if you put this to its logical conclusion, you could just say, well, YouTube wants us to make content. YouTube wants us to make long content and lots of content. So this is actually antithetical to the idea of YouTube itself, because, well, everyone uses similar styles across all their videos, and I don't really know what they're getting at here. And the last one, image slideshows or scrolling text with minimal or no narrative, commentary, or educational value. I think it's fair to say that my channel is one of the most educational Warhammer channels out there because there's no speculation. It's all killer, no filler. I know for a fact, because they have told me so, that many Warhammer lore YouTubers, big and small, use my videos as a reference point, as a way to fact check or to basically get a way into certain topics so they can investigate them themselves, whether it's something as broad and easy to understand as the Primarchs to something as obscure as the Iron Hands books or the Blood Angels Omnibus. And the idea that there is little narration doesn't make sense, because I narrate all my videos myself, and they also have a ton of educational content in terms of people who watch it learn a lot about the setting. So these are the policies that I have been flagged for, and I honestly believe that they just see my channel as repetitive and cookie cutter, perhaps spam, essentially, which is a really hurtful thing to have my content regarded as by the platform that's hosted it and been profiteering off for many years. Make no mistake, this is going to be an immense financial burden on me for the next 3-4 months, especially when at the end of that term, I'm looking to move into a new place and to downscale with my girlfriend so that we can hopefully move on to the next stage of our lives together. And this was not what I wanted to happen, let alone then, but let alone before Christmas Day itself, where we went to visit my family and I tried to, keep a stiff upper lip and, keep everyone happy. But it really soured the last few days where I had to tell everyone what was going on with my channel. I know that everyone's on my side in terms of my viewership. I know that all the Warhammer creators are on my side. I want to shout out people like Luton, who have also contacted me and said, I'm really sorry to hear about this. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. And if you're a viewer who wants to help, there are a few things which I'm going to do to hopefully ameliorate this situation. Fundamentally, I cannot put more content on the main channel, not just because it won't make money, but because I don't want to add ammunition to whatever specific vague thing that YouTube doesn't want me to do on my channel. it's really frustrating not knowing how to correct this, because I could correct it today. If there were videos they didn't like and they said these styles of videos or this specific video, I could delete them, I could re-edit them and put them back up. But I don't know that because there's no feedback on specifically what video they mean. And there's over 1,000 videos on my channel if you include shorts. But here's what I'm planning. First of all, I will continue to be working on Law Crimes every week and Lodgecast every other week. So if you want to support me, for now, Law Crimes is the best way to do it. I'll also be putting more content on the second channel because second channel and Law Crimes are connected to the Remembrancer. All the money goes through me. So therefore, those two channels are still monetized. I have been remiss in putting content on the second channel. So hopefully I can use this opportunity not to just go AWOL for half a year, but to actually give you guys some extra content I've been thinking up in my brain anyway, and use this opportunity to work on something else. I also will be working on a brand new project, but I don't want to talk about it just yet. I will do a release video when I'm ready, and I don't want to overpromise what I'm intending to do. Just know that I'm not going to take advantage of this by just, sitting on my ass playing video games all day and not doing anything productive. I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to keep making content, and hopefully that will somewhat staunch the flow of financial loss, which is probably going to be around the £10,000 margin by April. If you want to more directly help me, I will say that my Patreon exists. The tiers are there of different scales, and I know that I don't put a ton of behind the scenes content on there, but I'm going to try and address that. All videos I make on all channels are funneled directly into Patreon. So that's the best way to help me right now, seeing as I can't get memberships on the main channel. I can't get donations. And one thing that's really frustrated me, I can't do any more charity live streams on the main channel because I no longer have that option. And I can't do it on my second channel because I haven't got enough viewership or something like that. The option isn't usable at the moment. But I will hopefully be doing some more charity work on Law Crimes, so keep an eye on there because we still have the option there. And then we'll do some cool stuff. And I have a lot of projects I still want to do. Just know that Warhammer is going to be taking a bit of time off. It's really frustrating that although I wanted to do other projects this next year coming up, this is how I've had to pivot. And I'm really sorry to all of you who enjoy watching my Warhammer content that you're not going to get any of that for a while, for at least a few months, if this is the way things are going to go. I did want to finish off, all my Death Guard characters, Thousand Suns characters, World Eaters characters. I wanted to do big characters like Caiaphas Cain or Eisenhorn or Shira Calpurnia, the only RBT's character in existence. But I can't justify doing a week or a month's worth of reading of the books to do research and script videos, knowing that when I put the videos up, I won't make a dime for the work and labor I've been putting into it because, well, I have to survive. I have to have a means to make revenue to support myself. And now with the main channel demonetized, I've lost out on the main thing that was keeping me afloat. And I've been reinvesting money into this channel for months, Every month I'd put in probably about £700 to £1,000, paying artists to illustrate things for my Battles series or brand new character designs with people like Christian Otazu, Georgia Balayan, or Will Lowry, who's one of the newer artists I've basically recruited in. I've been paying them what I think is fair money, what they asked. I don't try to haggle or anything. It wasn't Patreon funded because I didn't really promote my Patreon on my videos, and I don't do sponsors on the main channel. And so I think in the next year with the projects I'm going to have to do, I might need to reevaluate, okay, how often can I commission art for projects? How often maybe I have to do some sponsors just to keep an extra bit of revenue coming in to support my channel. I really am in a bit of a loss at the moment because I don't know if the Remembrancer channel will be gone for 3 months or if it will be gone for half a year, or this might be the end of the channel because maybe YouTube doesn't want any of those videos on because I can't tell, because they're not telling me specifically what they want me to change. Regardless of whatever happens with the main channel, I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who've watched and enjoyed my content over the years. I have no intention of getting rid of the content that you guys enjoy. I know some people have flagged that maybe it was my 20-hour Space Marine chapters video that tipped them off as they didn't like that content. Ignoring the fact that the last chapter was completely brand new videos all tacked on at the end, and there were changes to minor adjustments here and there. But whatever happens, I want to thank all of you for supporting me thus far, and I want to, shout out all the people I've worked with the last few years and doing collaborations with and such. I'm trying to be optimistic that this is just the beginning of a new chapter, but it's kind of hard to remain positive knowing that it could be the financial ruin of my livelihood for at least half a year. One other thing I have to mention just in case, because people have brought it up, about a week or so before the channel got demonetized, a new channel called Remembrancer 40K, made entirely by AI, voiced by AI, scripted and edited and using the thumbnails of AI, was working on videos for a few weeks. I don't know if they're monetized or not, but since they've heard that my channel has been demonetized, they've now changed their channel name to heresy.mp4. And even though they use the Remembrancer in their name, and they basically made a copy paste of my description in their description, and even made an AI version of my avatar that I use in law crimes and stuff, they claim they've never watched my videos and that this is a coincidence, but I don't know if I can believe that. And perhaps this has also been a factor into why my channel has been flagged by the automated AI systems on YouTube. I don't know. It's just something I have to mention because I'm sure otherwise people will mention it in the comments, and it is worth mentioning. It's very frustrating that in the age of YouTube AI-driven content, where I think now a quarter of the platform is AI videos, original and what I would consider authentic creators, although I am biased, are being punished for working hard and making videos. I don't really know where to go with the Remembrancer channel as it is now, but I am, regardless of the struggles I'm going through right now, I'm grateful to all of you for your support, even if it's just a nice comment here and there telling me about how much you enjoyed the videos or how much you're hoping things get resolved. It all matters, it all helps, and I hope this will be resolved somehow, but at the moment, I'm kind of out of options. I don't have anything I can action unless YouTube can specifically tell me what it is they don't like about my channel. And I mean specifically, not vague policies which can be interpreted 100 different ways. But whatever happens, this is the Remembrancer signing off for now. And remember, I will still be on Law Crimes every week. I will still be on Lodgecast every other week. And I have more projects I'll be working on the second channel and also a new project in the future. So if you want to keep in touch and see what I'm working on, please check out those channels. Please have a look at what else I'm doing. And hopefully this will just be a bleak chapter that this time next year maybe we can laugh about and be in a better place. But either way, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.